This is Daniel from bloomtek here, just to give you a quick update on what actually happened at WWDC 2011. As we already know, the preview was available and it showed us about the air drive and stuff like that, so I'm not really going to go into too much detail about those specifications. However, the new mail system, like the iPad and the iPhone, is quite interesting. We all love the new mail system. The new mail system obviously shows how it's going to have categories on the left, categories on the right. You're going to have your favourites and the features tab at the top, and it's going to be quite good. However, I do have a slight nag with the over-the-air system. 4GB download over the air is quite a large amount, and for people with slow internet, it's going to take quite a long time. And it's quite a nag if you think about it in relation to people. Not everyone has the fast internet like others, and obviously if you live in a village area, it's going to be a lot slower. But the $29.99 category obviously is quite a huge point. I would like that CD type idea to it though. Now moving on to the iOS 5 features, these were huge for me. These were like biggest features going. Obviously the notifications is going to be the biggest feature there today, and everyone's going to be talking about for ages. Now the main feature of the notifications I thought was like huge improvements to it. You can actually feature the notifications from the lock screen. You just scroll across even, slide across, and it'll break it down to like the categories you've got. Obviously the messages you've got, say if you've got a Twitter feed or something like that, it might appear in that area there. And Apple just started to boast about how they've got $2.5 billion was given to the developers over the period here, and they've got 90,000 apps for the iPad now, and it's kind of just trying to make themselves feel proud about themselves. However, they have copied a slight area of Android, and it's possibly an area that I think is quite good, probably the best area of Android that I've ever seen, and that is the swipe down from the top. If you swipe down from the top on an Android phone, it brings down the categories. Obviously this is going to be a new notification series for the iPhone users and probably the iPad users, bearing in mind iOS 5 will be going into both. I think that feature obviously is going to play a huge role in the newer iPads the usage of people, and it's quite important, to be honest. The second big area was obviously you can use the camera from the lock screen. You won't need to unlock your phone, go into the camera, wait for it to load up, take a picture or whatever, take a video. Just click the camera, take it, and launch it into the integrated Twitter section. So as you load up your phone, you can have Twitter. It's going to be in your roll. You can load it up to Maps every time you have something, load it up to, obviously, send your post to Twitter or something like that. It's going to go straight to it, which is quite impressive in my eyes. Another huge section of it was obviously Apple keeping to the over-the-air section. You can do over-the-air updates, and they're going to be small updates, so they're not going to take up too much of your usage, so you can do that via wireless, and I would imagine you'll be able to do it with the 3G section as well. Obviously the updates are going to be quite large, but the over-air means one thing. As you get your iPhone from the shop, you're going to just have a welcome screen as you open up. You're going to plug it into the PC, wait for the PC to download the new software, go through that procedure, and then you've got the next, and then you can use your phone. People can just go to the Apple Store, get your phone, pick it up, use it there and then. Brilliant. Love that feature. The tabbed browsing is the final feature I'm going to be talking about in the iOS section. Tab browsing is something quite large for me. I always use tab browsing, 5 windows across the top, maybe 6. Obviously you won't need to close it these days, you're just going to have to flick between the tabs or go to your reading list. The reading list was obviously another thing they've introduced. Obviously just save it for your reading list, you can read through it previous reading list at a later date, and it's just going to be something making your life more simple. Apple, make it more simple, that's what their whole motto is. And we expect them to arrive around fall 2011, meaning iPhone 5, iPhone 4S, whatever they're going to call it. It's going to come around fall 2011. Finally, we're going to go into the iCloud. The iCloud, big point in the iCloud, it's free. As Apple does best, provide a free service. iTunes coming, best music player on there. It's free. My opinion, obviously. Moving back onto the iCloud, obviously don't want to move away from that. It's a huge system, very complex. So there's lots of areas to it, so I'm just going to go to the small sections that I actually understood. iCloud is an over-the-air system. Basically, a big selling point of it for me was iTunes library gets scanned, sent to the iCloud library. You can play that from any iTunes device, basically. So you've got your iPad, your iPod Touch, your Mac Pro, whatever you have, anything Apple, to be honest. You get 5 gigabytes for free of the on the iCloud database itself, and they are going to be offering services on top of that. One of these services, which I thought was really good, was $24.99. You get the iTunes Match. iTunes Match basically upgrades all of your songs in your iTunes library, sticks onto the cloud, you can play it. However, that $24.99 gets you obviously 5,000 songs, 20,000 songs, it gets you everything on there. Unlike Amazon, who will do it on a staggering, and Google, who does it on a staggering basis, it's just standard. They don't change it, they don't do anything to it, it's just standard throughout the whole time. Apple has pushed the cheap and the free at this whole convention, to be honest. It's free software updates, free iCloud. You are going to get the paid services, but it's huge, to be honest. 5 gig for free is quite a large amount. And obviously, like the new updates, the Twitter and the inbuilt Twitter feature itself, obviously it's quite large. The pushing Twitter, obviously, it's quite a big area. 1 billion tweets per week, I believe it was captured, or per day. I mean, the iCloud is going to be something for the future, and it's going to be playing a role. And I would imagine what they've just done today will wipe Google and Amazon out of it. It's basically, they've won it, basically, hands down, in my opinion. Obviously, I am going to sign up from this point here. Just wanted to give you my opinions and my brief underline of what I thought of the Worldwide Developers Conference today. Obviously, subscribe if you want more tech knowledge. Daniel from bloomtek here. Peace out.
Cares now, we could be up in the clouds.